Welcome back. This is Fantastic Pains and How We Hide Them. And I'm not Chris.
And I'm not Karina.
But we're here together.
As usual.
For another round of fun times. We've actually got like topics sort of lined up today.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Well, we have life experiences now that we could recollect and draw from.
Right, exactly. Because that's that like ADHD thing where you put it away and you're like, oh, I forgot that existed. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's super relevant to everything.
That happens all the time when we record. I'll be like, we'll be talking like, oh my God, I think that happened to me once. It did.
Yeah.
That exact thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird.
That
Beep,
was me.
beep, beep. Yeah, we need new chords, but oh well. This is what you get right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is time for our weekly recap.
Our weekly recap,
That's like 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So last week we recorded on a Wednesday because we were...
No, I lost that recording, and then we were going to do Monday, but Monday didn't work, so Wednesday worked. And then it feels like a week has happened, though.
Oh my God. It's...
Like, a lot happened in that 3-day period.
Yes. It was a little heavy. Just all the way around.
Yeah. Hell, man, it almost feels like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I've compartmentalized everything that happened before, and then all the like sickness I've had since then is like 2 different events.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Right. So it's like 2 different weeks.
Yeah.
That's so interesting too, because my brain processes things like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like only one big event per week.
Right. You
and
can
so
only have
however much shit gets piled in. I'm like, it's been like 8 weeks. I don't know.
I got on my phone. There's an alarm for Meow Wolf because originally it was supposed to be today. I had a fucking heart attack. I was like, Meow Wolf now? There's no way I could handle a Meow Wolf. Not after the last few days.
No.
But it's not today.
Yeah, next week. Next week we're going to Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf Denver. I've been to the one in Santa Fe.
I'm so
I'm
excited.
a hipster.
I want to go. I'm so excited.
Apparently it's really cool. So
yeah.
I mean, the original one was.
I think he asked me if we wanted to take one car.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because parking downtown sucks. He said with his mouth full of food without thinking. I apologize.
I do not. Crackers were my fault. Sorry. Also not sorry.
We needed food.
Uh-huh.
It's snack time.
Yes. Well, and I've been trying to like kind of, I don't know, self-soothe after the like 3-4 days I've had. Because it was a lot.
How in depth do you want to go?
Not super in depth because I want to be respectful of people's privacy.
Exactly. That's what I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. But what I can say is that someone that we are close to was in crisis over the last like 4 days.
Yeah.
And so I think just a lot of emotional exhaustion and a lot of like emotional labor has gone into things, and co-regulating with somebody else is always really challenging because like we're good at it, right? But it takes a lot out of you.
Man, I wanted to help more. Like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was just in it. I was taken back to like when I was in the exact same place and I was like trying to keep my shit together.
Right. Well, and that's like part of me felt really bad for calling you just because there's like, I know.
I'm glad I went because I was able to at least describe what was going on.
Right.
Because I knew exactly how his brain was functioning.
Well, and I knew that, and I knew that was like, that would be safe as far as like people to be involved in something that's like very intimate and private and kind of vulnerable. So I called the others, and then I called you, and I was like, okay, so they're coming for them, and then you'll be there for me, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah. It worked
and then it worked out. It was okay. But it was a lot of...
It was long, too.
Yes.
Like, my meltdowns are like half that long.
It's because you wear yourself out way faster.
Oh, I do. Well, and I'm way more extreme. Not like just in general. Like I'm like, oh God, it's the end of everything. Oh great, I'm making plans to go to Deming. This is it. I'm gonna be all alone forever.
Yep. Burn it all down.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The emergency response.
Right. Exactly. Well, and like, it's hard for me because like we know I have runaway brain, right? So like when I am in crisis, my instinct is to move away, and so I will put myself in motion because that's what feels good to me, which drives everybody else crazy. Like my husband hates it when I'm like, I'm upset, I'm getting in my car. They're like, please stop, you're gonna die. And I'm like, but it makes me feel better.
Yeah,
it helps, I swear. But their instinct is more on like the fight end, where it's like, how quickly can I destroy anything around me?
Right.
Which I get. Like I've worked with students like that, and I've known people like that my whole life. So But it was a lot of like emotional labor. And then just like the feeling of like you missed something.
Yeah.
Or, like you missed signs that you should have seen. And that'll kind of go into our topic as we get in. But yeah, it was just a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot, and it was really exhausting. And so I spent like a couple days in like just recovery mode. And then today I'm like, let's do some self-care.
Hell, man, I needed to recover.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to like be really mindful about taking my shower this morning and really mindful about like putting on my makeup this morning, just so I could have some ritual.
I did the same thing. It was like to get into the vibe and
Right.
So like
like
shower
I have
time.
to be a person again.
I can do it.
Uh-huh. And it's like those questions you ask yourself where you're like, what do I need to feel ready?
Right.
Like, what do I need to feel okay about whatever it is that I'm going to do?
Yeah.
So for me this morning, it was like, take a really in-depth, nice shower and then put on your makeup. And then here we are. And coffee. Coffee is always on the list.
Yeah.
I did make it out of the house yesterday to get some coffee, which was good.
Good.
Because I was like, I need something.
No joke.
Yeah. So working on kind of like rebuilding. But yeah, tired.
Yeah.
Very tired.
I mean, well, and after that, I started throwing up specifically meds. just meds. Like,
Just meds.
I was eating fine. I'm drinking fine. And I don't know. I don't have like a new medication or anything. But like, especially like the pain meds, because I was trying to take those like one at a time.
Yeah.
And I just, every time I throw up. And then you said that I would take them right away after. And I don't take them right away after.
Stubborn. So you have a couple problems when it comes to burning through meds. And it's not even like abuse of the medication necessarily.
Abuse of the self, more like.
It's like, well, that didn't work. Let's try another.
Well, okay.
And then that one didn't work. So let's try another one.
It's not like a string of failures. It's like
that's just
combo
what I remember.
breaker.
Like, that's just what I like picture in my brain. Is you being like, oh.
Well, that sucks.
Fuck, that one's gone.
That must have been like something in the wind. No, it's not. I usually
No, but how were you judging? Because you were saying you could handle water.
Right.
Which is not the same.
Okay, if I just threw up, I don't want to eat food and then throw up food. So I test myself with water, and then if I take a tiny little pill, you'd think that if I could take that and sneak it in with the water, my body would be like, oh, that's fine. It's just a one. No.
It's not how that works.
And it's like 2 hours or an hour later, not like right after.
It's not how that works. Not at all how that works.
And it's not every time. It's just sometimes when I get pissed off about it. When I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain and I just want to take this one med.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. With all the like emotional work I had to do over the weekend, the body kind of fell to the wayside.
Oh man. Well, and that then makes everything so much worse for the body.
Yeah. Well, and then being on prednisone at the same time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not a happy camper.
You're on tablet prednisone.
Yeah, fuck that. Also, you can never forget if you've taken it or not because it tastes absolutely awful. So being on prednisone is not helping my case.
No.
So after like all that emotional upheaval, I was like, it's going to take me a few days to figure out like what I have done to the body. And oh my God, yesterday I was like, it felt like I had been hit by a train and dragged a few miles and then dropped in a hole. So that's where I was at. And everyone was like, do you need anything? Are you okay? And I was like, I need like all the meds, some bleach for my brain, and a nap.
I need to take all my meds and bleach.
And bleach.
And you're not suicidal? You good? You got this?
That's the secret. I'm always suicidal. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No.
Sad boy Hulk?
No. I'm always like sad though. That's fine. Whatever.
I think a lot of us are.
That's just life. We live on a really like fucked up planet with some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
So there's that. But yeah, so now I'm like discovering all the things that I've done. I'm like, oh, both my knees are wrecked. Just wrecked. My rib cage is so pissed off. Like I think I've dislocated. Like, you know when you pop them out in the front?
Yeah.
I had to put one out. I had to put one back in yesterday. And actually I can feel the other one that's out now. Fuck.
Just punch it. Punch that bitch right in.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah. So, and then the prednisone, I'm like, I was sitting here earlier, like picking at my shirt.
Like, ow.
So it hurts my skin. It makes my skin hurt. So I'm like, everything that touches me is horrible.
That was the worst part about it. I remember like laying in bed and being like, I can't, the covers hurt.
Yes.
Everything hurts.
Is horrible. And
like
you're
your muscles hurt more.
Don't let the air touch me because ow.
Yeah. Well, and then I'd start swelling up too, which made it so much worse.
That was me last night. And then I went to Green Dragon and they did not have Apothecana. So I had to order it online.
I told you. Like,
I'm so sad.
Places around here don't carry it anymore.
I'm like, what the fuck? That's the best stuff. So I ordered some online because I need it. It works. Because I had all that like
of it.
Yeah, right? Just bathe in it. Amazing. But yeah, no, I had to like, because my hands and my feet were hot and burny and swelly.
Yeah.
And like that night, I think I was a little self-destructive and may have just scalded myself to death.
I've done that
in the bathtub. Yeah, I was like, just hot. Make it hot.
I have sat in just the hot water heater.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, I'm just going to dump it out into the tub and then lay in it.
Yep. And then by the end of it, you're like, ow, my hands and ow, my feet. You're like holding them out of the bathtub.
I used to do it when I would get the temperature control issues, when I would feel hot or cold, because like the only way
recalibrate
is to burn it away. Like cold didn't work. Getting cold didn't work because I still feel hot and cold. I'm like heat. Excessive heat will make it go away. It has to. It didn't.
By burning all the nerves off.
Because I would have to take like 3 baths a day to do it that way. It's just not good.
Oh, I used to get in trouble for taking baths.
Yep.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. There's our recap.
What is my hair even doing? It's fading. Look at that. Gross.
Self-critical hour. Ready? Go.
Well.
I'm mean.
That's your criticism of self. I'm mean.
It's Sid and Olivia.
Yeah, I just love it.
It's my favorite. Why do people eat animals? Why have you done any of the things you've ever done?
Because I'm mean.
Because I'm mean.
Yep.
Yes. So what is our topic that kind of relates to everything right now?
Yeah, we were talking about being high functioning and masking.
Yep.
I guess in different contexts than we did last time.
Yeah.
Because, well, during the whole adventure, we realized that other people are masking really well.
Yes. Well, and then like missing that and being like, I should have caught that. I should have like noticed that. Clearly I was not paying enough attention, but also not even just like the self-guilt part, but remembering that like we may be really good at what we do emotionally, I guess. But there are still things that we totally miss.
Yeah.
And like the curse of being high functioning. And a lot of people don't have like the language to even describe it.
Yeah.
Which is hard. So like coming to that was kind of a breakthrough for everybody. Where it was like, damn it. I know exactly what this is. How did I miss it?
Yeah. Hindsight, man.
Yeah. But it's interesting. Like with being so high functioning all the time, we forget that other people are going through their own shit. Like we know, like logically you know everybody's suffering something somehow.
Well, it's easy to see in a lot is like if something's going on, and we take that for granted, like that everyone is easy to read.
Yeah.
When it's not true.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Because we're good at like seeing straight through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
but what do you do when you come up against yourself?
Exactly.
Someone who's the same. You're like,
I'm like,
oh man.
Shit.
It's like, this is the one time I should have caught it.
Right.
Like, I know what you're doing.
Now I know. Damn it.
Yeah.
So I was able to describe it for them, and I think that helped to kind of bring it into the light a little bit. Because it's hard. It is. It's hard when you're like fighting this secret fight and nobody can see you. And then thinking back to like how we feel about being invisible and being high functioning.
It's the exact same feeling.
Yeah.
Like if you feel like no one's hearing you or seeing you when you need it, but you're not able to articulate it.
It's like screaming into the void.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Depression, man.
Yeah. Well, and God help me, I don't want to be the void.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's so challenging. It's so challenging. And I asked when I posted our last video in the Facebook groups, I asked about how people go about like justifying their pain. Because last time we talked about pain meds. So I was like, how do you navigate that stigma, and how are you justifying yourself to other people, or do you at all? And a lot of people were like, yeah, nobody can see how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it really hard to justify yourself to others.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, it applies everywhere. When you've got that high-functioning ADHD, where you're not diagnosed until forever, like us.
Mm-hmm.
Or that high-functioning depression, where you're like, I've got it all under wraps, and then
like
the world falls out from under you.
I can hide this forever. This is never going to go bad.
Right.
Well, and even that's the worst part, is that you know that it's not sustainable, but you're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
I hate that.
You're like, I'll just collect it until I can't anymore.
Right.
And then it explodes. Which is why, like, I think we've gotten better over time as far as, like, just leaking things slowly. Like, relieving some of that pressure in different ways. And even for us, like, we had to learn to just be like, I don't feel good.
Oh, my God, dude.
And that was huge. It's enough to just say, like, I don't feel good. I hurt. And then go on with your day.
Yeah.
It can be challenging to, like, teach other people how to react to that. But now I have that, like, at home, and I have it at work. But how do I provide that for somebody else?
Right.
And how do I, like, teach them to be more vocal about things?
I was going through that when we were just in it. I was like, I know what you're going through. I've been in the exact same mode, but there's no answer. There's no, like, anything that'll make you feel better. We have to wait for you to get to a point.
Right. Well, and I think the waiting is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Is because, like, and after, like, and we know, after you burn the world down, you're like, you still have to deal with it in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks. And then you have, like, the remorse on board,
mm-hmm.
which is such a hard phase anyway, because you have to come to terms with everything that happened in that moment. But yeah, like, there's nothing good to say to anybody about that.
No.
Like, all you can tell them is that you love them.
I mean, I was thinking about when I was in that phase, and I'm like, the only thing that I could think that made the difference was medication and explicit communication. Yeah. Like, slowly over time too. Like, as my brain balanced out chemically, I was able to be more expressive.
Right.
Like,
because it's hard when you're so unbalanced that you can't trust the thoughts that you're having.
Yeah.
When you don't know if what you're experiencing is real or not, or, like, I mean, it's real. It's always real. Yeah. But if it's, like, rational, or if it's the chemicals in your brain,
or if you feel
havoc.
like even if you do talk, there's no point.
Right.
Like, that's the worst. When
that's the
you've
scariest.
Talked yourself out of it. You're like, there's no point. There's no point in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ugh.
Yeah.
But there is.
The I'm done phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a scary one. Because then you just don't care.
Exactly.
You're like, I give no shits. There are no fucks to give about anything anymore ever again.
That's when I self-committed. I was like, I'm going to go in because I don't feel like this is going to end well.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I'm trying to think of, like, my crisis moments. Like, I had one really big one in high school that was, like, I went to the school staff after school got out, and I was like, somebody needs to help me, because if I leave this building, I'm not safe.
Right.
They were all like, we're trying to leave. And I was like, that's great, but I won't be safe. So I made myself a pain in the ass.
Oh my God.
And then they called the ambulance, and then I went to Children's, and then I went home, and yeah, it wasn't good. But yeah, like, when you start to come down, you're like, oh fuck, look at the mess I've made. Oh my God. No one can ever love me ever again.
The funny thing about that is your crisis moment comes from not being able to express yourself. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Because it's that same, you were high functioning, so no one believed that you actually had problems. Yeah. It's sad in, like, retrospect. Yeah. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, you know, she's doing it for attention. It's
right.
Like, no,
right.
She's actually going through this shit, but
right. But I'm quiet, and I'm like,
yeah.
You just go on, and then you collect it all, and I feel like it's so hard because anything unsaid just festers.
Oh yeah.
It just rots inside of you. And that's why, like, for me, explicit communication is my saving grace. Yeah. Learning that I was allowed to communicate my needs was a huge turning point for me, like, enormous. Because with my in-laws, like, it used to be that I didn't know how, and I couldn't, and so I would wind up being this giant asshole all the time, and no one understood what the fuck was wrong with me.
Yeah.
because I didn't know how to explain it, and I didn't think anyone would believe me anyway.
Right.
Because they weren't like understanding the depth of what was happening. And it always just felt like, I was like, I can't have another problem because they're going to judge me for having another problem or a different problem, or what happened to that other problem that magically disappeared. Right. Like,
yeah, because it changes so much.
Yeah. And so learning that I was allowed to communicate how I was feeling made such a difference. And then it wasn't like, I was still able to participate in things, and I was able to participate in a better headspace because I was allowed to go, yeah, I want to go do that, but I really don't feel good. And just getting it out was enough.
Yeah.
To put out in the air and go, hey, hi, people around me, I don't feel good.
Well, do you, well, I don't know if this is true for you or not. I think what happened for me is that I latched onto a thing. Like the problem that I wouldn't articulate, I latched onto it. And I think it was like a smaller problem than the actual one, but there was that one thing, and I was like, this is the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's not the problem. The problem was this other thing, and like I knew it, but you know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's like masking from yourself.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly what it is.
Yeah. Because you're like, I don't want to have to process that or deal with that, so that's not what this is.
Well, it's all part of masking. You're trying to
It's like rationalizing something in
a
totally different way.
You're trying to explain why you're acting that way, but you can't tell them what's actually going on with you, because then you have to accept it. So you're like, it's fucking the cat just. I hate that it meows. What? Fucking excuse me?
Pardon me?
The meowing, the incessant meowing.
It's like when I had that kid who like destroyed my classroom over a piece of gum, and then at the end came to me and was like, Miss, how did you know it wasn't about the gum? And I was like, behold this land that is destroyed. We did not raise these crops for gum, child.
Yeah. I mean, look
this
around.
This is not a gum reaction. But it is. It's like that, where you're like, I have to find that like one thing to hold close and be like, this is it. This is the justification for how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. That's it. And then you box off the rest of it.
And then you start to fall into regret, and then you're like, oh, I think the real problem is this other thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But then you feel bad for talking about it, because it's like, it was that the whole time.
That the whole time. And then you also feel like you don't want to make excuses for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because in that point, you're already in the like regret and remorse. And so you don't want to act like you're excusing your behavior. And I mean, and you're not. When you come to that point and you finally get to like the root of the issue, and this happens for me all the time, where I'm like, if I've melted down, I really have to dig to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. And it's not an excuse, but sometimes it takes that like really explosive, I don't know, like self-expulsion.
Yeah.
To even recognize it for yourself, what's going on.
Mm-hmm. It's like you have to externalize everything to see it physically and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I did all this. What the fuck?
Right.
I can't believe I did this. Why did I do Oh. That makes sense.
Oh yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like repairing the rapport with everybody.
Yeah.
Because at that point, like, and we've seen it all the time with like the kids that I've worked with, and when you're dealing with crisis situations in any capacity, like that remorse piece, like you really have to work to rebuild those rapports and make that person feel safe and grounded.
Right.
And like, because when you come down, your first thought is like, oh, everyone is going to hate me now.
Yep.
And this is how they're going to see me forever. And anything before and after doesn't count. And it's just this one really gross moment for me that everyone is going to like remember and hyper focus on. And you're like, but they're not.
Right.
And you know they're not.
Dude, I thought that I lost a bunch of friends because of my meltdown. It's like, that's it. They've seen the worst of me. That's you know what? I guess I just have to start over.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It's that like, oh, no one could ever forgive that side of me.
Right.
That they saw. Like, but it's not like that's your like secret self or something. That's like you at your very worst, in your very lowest moment.
Yeah. Like you said, it's crisis. When you're in crisis, you react certain ways.
Yeah. And that's the truth of it, is like the people around you, they give a shit about you.
Weird,
like,
but true.
Right? Like, and we know it. Like, you don't melt down in front of strangers.
Someone was nice to me online, and I was like, What?
What? Who?
I was playing Destiny 2 with some friends, like new guys that I've been hanging out with online.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we appreciate you, Soul. And I was like, I don't know how to handle this. Positive attention? I don't think so. I said that out loud.
You're
and
like,
they were
I'm
like,
garbage.
Like, what? And I was like, I just don't know how to handle positivity. I'm sorry.
Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
For kids. Sorry. I don't. It just like comes out.
Chips for kids.
That's my favorite bit in the whole other episode. Is sugar chips now for kids.
I don't know if it made it. Did it?
It did.
Yes.
I
sugar
love
chips.
it.
See, that'd be another fun shirt to make. I think sugar chips
for kids.
Brand new.
Don't you hate it when your kids refuse to eat party chips?
Oh, why won't you eat this, Timmy? Blah, blah, blah.
It's like white people commercials.
Exactly.
Oh my. The Mike
Your
attacked.
Mike got offended.
It did. Well, his name is Mike.
Oh, ooh.
I mean.
So close to being a Kevin.
Aha.
Ta-da.
Yeah, problem solved. Go team go.
Go team.
Yeah.
Go team go.
But yeah, no, it's... Ugh. I just wish there was a way that we could normalize. And I think we are, like, as a culture and a society, as the younger generation kind of moves up, and as the younger generation, I think probably starting with millennials, realized how emotionally fucked up we all are. And so we're doing better for our kids, and then they're
mental
doing
health
better.
is way more socially acceptable now
Yes.
than it was when I was a kid.
I was actually thinking about that this morning, where I was like, it's not... Because, you're going to come across those people who are like, oh, well, everyone's got, like, mental disorders now because it's, like, popular to have. And you're like, no,
Right.
There's just less silence surrounding the problems that we all have.
And better understanding of it all. Like, the spectrums of everything. Like, everyone could have... It's just, I'm severe in this one quadrant of whatever.
Exactly. Well, and I think everybody is like that because, I mean, for me, looking at things through that SPED lens, everybody's got strengths and deficits. And if we can be more strength-based... What?
My brain's like, fun game to play on the podcast. Let's point out each other's deficits. Because the first thing my brain thought of was, what are mine? Oh, you don't want to know. Like, but do I? And then it's like, no, you really don't. I'm like, but I can't identify them. Karina would know. So Karina could point them out. That won't make me feel bad at all.
I know that my strength is... I know. my strength, like my asset, is probably in emotionality and communication. Because that's what I love and what I'm good at, right? Which is why this event was so hard, because I was like, I'm good at this. I know how to do this. What the fuck?
I'm too positive. I can't come up with deficits for you. I'm like, but she's good at everything, except for maybe self-care, but we've already talked about that. We don't take care of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think, like, I'm really bad at just giving myself grace in general.
Yeah.
And for me, everything feels like an excuse, even if there's, like, a solid fucking reason.
You don't have someone around all the time who's like, no, this is legit. Because Jen will see it. She'll see it on my face. I'll be sitting in bed just, like, going through TikToks, and then she'll look at me and be like, no, Chris, it's real. And I'm just like, how the fuck did you know? Like, dude, I just wear it across my fucking face like, he's doubting himself.
See, but you have another, like, semi-emotionally intelligent human.
I got her there. I'm proud. She used to be really not about it, but now she's gotten really good about it.
Yeah. My husband's getting better as time goes on.
Oh, totally.
The more we do, like, the more I push for explicit communication, the better it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I need that.
It's not something
it's not just that, like, this is a magic cure for all your ills. This is how, like, I have to function in, not necessarily absolutes, but in clarity.
Right. Well, it's like pointing out that you have a weakness and that the way to solve the weakness is to just be explicit. Right. We both don't do the hints or like beating around the bush. If someone's like, I really would like this thing, it's like, cool.
That's nice for you.
I'm glad that you want
How are you going to get there, bud?
Exactly. Like the kids try it with me. Like, they'll come in, hey, Dad, do we have any Otter Pops? Like, I don't know. Go look. And then they'll go like, yeah, we have some. Cool.
That's nice.
Thank you for checking.
Yeah. But I mean, You have to.
Yeah.
Like, I can't function in a world that is so incredibly unclear. Like, I need that clarity.
That's why all my friends are blatant assholes.
Right.
They just tell me straight up how they feel and what's going on. Like, you're good people. I love you.
Yeah. I'm like, I would rather see, like, the nitty gritty than have to, like, try to peer through the cloud cover.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard and annoying, and it takes a lot of energy. And I can do it. Like, it's not that I can't.
No, but it's
just that I hate
energy.
it.
Yeah, you don't want to expend that energy. You'd
And
rather
it's
be around people who are
annoying.
just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank God.
Right.
I didn't realize I was being such a dick.
Right? Like, just fucking own your shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, yeah. So you have to, like, make up for the deficits in your strength and then train yourself, teach yourself. Like, don't just live with those deficits. If you can identify them, work on them. Yeah. Like, I'm trying to be kinder to myself, and I'm trying to, like, establish routines, because I know my deficits are in the ADHD department, where I have, like, no executive functions.
Who needs
They
them?
just don't work. I'm like, do the thing. How? I have no fucking idea. Never mind.
What were we doing? Anyway.
Nothing. We're going to go feel guilty about not doing the thing for a little while.
Oh, that's the best.
That's my favorite.
That's
I'm like,
everyone's
I
favorite
should be
game.
doing schoolwork right now. Bummer.
Why am I such a piece of shit for not doing the thing? I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
It's
But there you go.
God, I'm a piece of shit for not doing it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
I remember that from school. Like, I should be doing this.
And I can. Like, you know you can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very capable of doing the thing.
And it's not like I went and did something else. Like, I was like, I'd rather go play video games. I'd just lay in bed and be like, yep.
I should be doing the thing.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow, I'm worthless. And that's how that game goes.
It's a fun game.
It's my favorite game.
Now for kids.
But, like, I think as the new generations kind of move up into the world and we're all recognizing each other, and funnily enough, I think TikTok has a huge role in that.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing, I don't know, it's just there's so many people with so many different things to say and so many people who have different experiences. And when you share those experiences, you realize that they're not, like, it's not taking place in a vacuum.
Yeah, it's got to be part of it. But it's like we had YouTube, right? And YouTube was the big thing that brought everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't post about your mental health on
Right.
it back
Yeah.
in the day.
It was entertainment only.
Right. Make me laugh or like,
drama,
oh, you have feelings,
or
who gives a shit?
Right. Right. Well, because at that point, we were all running from having feelings because they weren't socially
Yeah.
acceptable.
Exactly.
We weren't allowed to have feelings.
Back in my day, I was stoic as fuck.
But now you look at it and you're like, you see all these, like, gentle parenting and, like, cooperative parenting. Because I think that term works better. Like, let your kids teach you how to parent them. They're people.
I should ask them next time. Just
Right?
explicit communication. How should I be parenting you? And they're just going to say, give us ice cream. And I'll be like, you don't get a say in this anymore.
You gotta be more specific. You gotta be like, how would you like me to respond in this situation?
No. Just blatant. What do you want from me? Ice cream? You don't get a say anymore. You're still children, obviously.
Fired. I'm gonna need you to resign.
Sophie the other day said the sweetest thing. She's like, thank you for raising me to be a good human. And I was like,
Oh.
how do you know you're a good human? What?
Oh.
And then she hugged me and ran away. I was like, okay.
See, even for being bad at feelings, they're good at feelings.
I know.
They're like, here's my feelings, run. But here's my feelings.
Exactly.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
And, like, they know it's safe to have feelings. Like,
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it's hard. And then, like, our whole generation, we have to retrain ourselves if we want to get there. We had to essentially go back and reparent our own selves, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the research starts coming, and we, like, these are real things that people are going through. And we're at a very strange time in history where we're kind of turning that corner a little bit. And I think the more accepting we can be of our own selves and the more accepting we can be of other people, the easier it's going to be just all the way around.
Yeah.
But that's my little fantasy for you. I want the world to be a good place, but
Ew, gross.
I
Her
don't
and her
know.
fantasies.
If we're
Nobody
all going to
cares.
die in the apocalypse, we can at least be nice to one another.
It's true. Form an orderly line, please. Let's just get this shit done.
You get a hug, a kiss on the forehead, and then you can go into the volcano.
Not a bad way to go, honestly.
Right? I want Just need a large man to like pick me up, kiss me on my forehead, and then gently drop me into the volcano.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, I think it's time. We got to like weird forehead kisses. It's time for a break.
I don't know what this wee shit is. I definitely wasn't talking about
you want forehead kisses and you know it.
Just because I want it doesn't mean I was a part of making it a thing. I didn't bring it into the universe.
I might have brought it out of your brain. You don't know. We are on the same wavelength.
That's
like
true.
99% of the time.
Shit.
Just saying.
While I work on my issues.
We're going to go take a break. That means you guys have to do your stuff.
Hydrate.
Take your meds.
Eat food, maybe?
Find some sunlight. Or a warm vent.
Yeah, or a warm vent.
Fuzzy socks. You can't go wrong with fuzzy socks.
Fuzzy, comfy socks.
Is that a song?
It's in White Girl Instagram.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I was like, why does that ring in my brain?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Welcome back. How was your break? Ours was pretty good. It was relaxing. I may have just brought us in on a whim because she brought it up. Who knows? We'll never know.
Well, I was in the middle of taking a deep breath and everything, so I'm sure that's going to be really weird to watch later.
Maybe I'll just put I'll fade the music just right so that it kind of cuts off your breathing.
Maybe that would be good. Yeah, just cut off my breathing.
We're getting meta because now we're talking about it, so it doesn't really matter what I do, but...
We're always meta. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where's the fourth wall?
Where's the first wall?
There.
Okay, we got the origin wall. We're
2.
Good now.
This is a window though, not a wall. That's a window.
We don't have any walls.
That's a roof.
We got one wall to spare.
Yeah, we have 1.5 walls.
1.5 walls.
Anyway, what were we gonna talk about? Did you want to go over some of those comments about the pain med stuff? And
I think that would be interesting because I actually saw someone talking about. So when I posted in the group, I think I said this earlier, but I was asking about whether or not you guys felt the need to justify your pain to others, especially if they know that you're taking pain medication. And I found there were some that were really just sad, where you're like, yeah, my wife, because she doesn't even believe that I'm in pain to start with.
That hurts my soul.
So hard. So hard.
That's
and
not
I get
fair.
That. But maybe that's time for some explicit communication.
Well,
I hate to say it.
It might be one of those situations where she can only accept things visually. She has to see it.
Yeah.
And being high functioning totally negates
That's the other part. Because with being high functioning in general, do you ever have those moments where it's a reasonable time to be broken and you still can't?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you're I should be a mess right now.
Yes.
Why can't I be a mess?
Why can't I be a mess right now? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when I am a mess, I'm a mess for 3.5 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
And then I'm on and on to the next thing.
It makes reaching out really difficult because I feel like I'm asking when I'm hey, can you come over because I feel like shit?
Yeah.
But it still helps. But I feel like people think that I'm not in a bad way when I do that. You know what I mean? Because
it's also hard to explain because and I know you had this problem at one point, right? Where I think it's me this time. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where friends weren't understanding why you couldn't see them, but you could see me.
Right.
And I had to explain that to Randy too. I don't feel good. I'm gonna go see my brother, and he'd be like, "What the fuck?
Right.
Why? You just said you didn't feel good." And I'm like, "It doesn't cost me spoons."
No.
And then I'm not alone.
We're special exemptions.
Yeah. It's because we can relate on most things.
No, I don't really like you anyway.
I don't really like me either.
Well, we have so much in common.
I know, right? It's perfect.
Normally that goes the other way. That was a weird role reversal. Shit.
The deprecation is mine.
I have seized the deprecation. I had a thought and I lost it, damn it.
Oh, do you want to retrieve it or try to retrieve it?
Kinda.
Okay. where were we? We were talking about you felt like you were masking if you asked me to come over. And
yeah, like
other
if I
people.
have, even when you come over, like sometimes when I'm like, I really need you to come over, and I feel like I'm, like when you get there, I feel like I'm not acting like shitty enough, you know? Like I
but I also don't like expect you to.
But I feel like the need to like I play it up, but I'm like, I'm not that person.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's the other part is like, that was one of the things I came across in the comments was people who were like, I really hate having to explain my pain to doctors and nurses and pharmacists. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense to me, because without that like built rapport and understanding, you're like, do I need to play it up? Do I need to play it down? Like where do I play this to? That's
like, as far as pharmacy goes, that's why it's handy to have like a significant other who can fill it for you.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, you're picking it up for them. Because if I go in, I look perfectly fine and I'm picking up like pain meds. So like, why? Like, because I need them?
Well, and that's when, if I ever have to like pick up meds from somewhere else, I'm like, oh, I just had dental done.
Nice.
And then people will fuck off really quick. But yeah, like, how do you go about explaining something that is A, really vulnerable, and B, like, within that vulnerability, if someone plucks it apart, is it going to end you?
Right.
So I think there's a really big aspect of that where you're like, can I handle if they don't believe me?
Nope.
How much can I put out there and still handle it when they don't believe me?
Like with imposter syndrome, that would just reaffirms it, right? It's like if someone questions me, even if they're just asking like genuinely like what's wrong, I start questioning it myself. Like, oh,
you're like, I have no idea what's wrong. I don't know.
Why am I here? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Why am I wasting your time with my piddly needs?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Well, and I have a comment here that I liked, where it says, my biggest pet peeve is when anyone tries to tell me about my pain meds. Thank you, but my team of doctors have been working on my regimen for 8 years, fine-tuning every single medication and dosage I'm on.
Oh my God.
Get away from me with your opinion on the opioid epidemic.
So much that fucking comment.
Right?
I have so many doctors, and they're all like, we're in balance, and it took me years to get here. It's not like I'm faking this shit. I don't abuse the meds. Like, it's
also
fine.
not like it's your only rung on your ladder either.
Right. I don't just depend on the pain meds.
Right.
We've worked on skills and other techniques.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever think about Moncala when you're filling your medications? Sorry.
Yes.
I got him one of my favorite like little pill container things, and it's like a set of 4.
Yeah.
But you like line them all up to fill them every week, and I always feel like I'm playing fucking Moncala.
Yeah.
Yup. How it started, how it's going. Right?
I would actually just start playing it if I did that.
I know,
That'd
be so confusing.
Well,
and then I'm like, I don't know what med I put
where.
Why
is Tuesday all omeprazole?
I win.
Where are my heart meds? And then you get to the end, and they're all at the end, and you have to like, I guess I'll take all of them.
All of your antidepressants are on Wednesday.
Wednesday is my happy day. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. And then there are other people who say, like, no, I just won't justify it to others. If you get it and need it, great, use it as directed. If you don't consider yourself lucky, what? I'm not sure what that part was, sorry. If you can't get it and you need it, I'm so sorry. But we should all band together and fight for the rights of those who want to be able to use it. No one should have to suffer.
I mean, A+ on being resilient.
Yeah.
Like being able to stand up for yourself that way.
Yeah. Well, and I think it takes getting to that point, because there's kind of this spectrum that people fall along, which is like at the very tail end is those people who are like, no, fuck you. My whole medical team is on board with this.
Yeah.
They know what's going on. You're not a doctor. Eat my ass. Right?
Yeah, no shit.
And then you have the like, yeah, I feel like I have to justify it to everybody, and I can't even like ask for what I need because I'm not even sure that I need it.
That was
at
me
this
in the
point.
beginning.
And then in the middle you have this like, yeah, I kind of justify it to different people, but then
that's me now.
Other people can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about it, where I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm functional. Fuck off. If I can be functional, just don't talk to me about it.
Most of the justifying comes when I meet new doctors.
Yes.
And they question it. They give you that like,
Or if you're in for something like emergency.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you take opiates.
Yeah,
and you're
but
like, fuck you.
I'm not over medicated anymore, so let's all
fabulous.
Party.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Marianne.
Right? Yeah. Oh, this is your reminder to get a hold of your medical records. Double check those.
Yeah, do that.
It is important. 'Cause if you are like us and you've come up against doctors who don't believe you or who have their own very less than helpful opinions on things.
And they like to sneak them into your records.
Yeah, like the people who are like, it's conversion syndrome or
Yeah.
it's hysteria, because that's a fucking valid diagnosis. Yeah, check your medical records.
No joke.
Have them remove anything that shouldn't be there. That is your right as a patient.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. But yeah, it's just... And then there are also those people, because we talked about the fear of it last time, right? There are also people who are like, yeah, I get that it can be dangerous. And the other part, sorry, this thought kind of supersedes the other one. But there were a couple comments talking about how we need to really educate people on the distinction between dependent and addicted.
Yeah.
Because they're not at all the same thing.
Right.
Your body can be dependent on what you're taking. Addiction is different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Addiction lives in the emotionality realm.
Dependency isn't just an opiate thing. It's an any medication thing.
You are dependent on your antidepressants.
Guess what I did last week?
Oh no.
I didn't take any gabapentin, and I was like, why do I feel like I'm withdrawing from meds all the time? Like constantly.
Because you were.
Yeah.
Like an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know why. They just weren't in my weekly. And I didn't think about it because I was just taking my meds.
I have to count them.
Yeah.
So I know how many are in the morning, afternoon, and night, which I also learned is a lot because I don't think about it. No. I don't think about the number of drugs I take every day.
I take a lot.
But when other people witness me take a whole handful of fucking pills in one go, then they're like, Jesus fucking Christ, what was that? And I was like, I don't know. It was 11 pills. Here we go.
One time.
I didn't think about it, but there you go.
On Halloween, you came over with Alex and Bug, and I got real sick because I tried to drink a beer after taking my pain meds. I was going through my meds with Kaylee and her sister, and I was like, this one keeps me happy, this one keeps my heart alive, this is for my thyroid, this one's for my stomach, this one's also for my stomach. It just
I thought about doing that in an episode or something.
That's not a bad idea.
Go through my meds with me. Let's talk about what all of them do and why I need them.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that at some point.
So that people don't feel crazy when they have to take their billions of meds.
Yeah.
Or even if you have to take just one.
Right. Well, and I know, taking one can be a challenge for people.
Yeah.
I get, it feels like defeat at first, right? It feels like I need this because I'm broken.
Yeah, I felt weird when I first started taking Lisinopril. I was like, I don't think I need this.
Right.
You want to not, you're adverse to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Other than it was defeat.
Yeah, it feels like defeat. And then you realize, and again, sped lens for me, I'm like, we don't look at our kids differently for needing accommodations.
Yeah.
These are just our accommodations. This is how we're going to do the same stuff everyone else is doing. But yeah, there's just, we can function. It just takes more steps.
Yeah.
Right? But I get, it can be really hard to surrender control to an outside chemical because you're like, well, my body is not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Right. Well, it's weird to think about. Had I known how I could feel, I think I'd be more into it. Because you don't realize how off you are until you're feeling not,
Yeah.
The first time you take pain meds and you're like, oh my God, I was in a ton of pain.
Right.
Or the first time I took omeprazole and I was like, oh my God, my heartburn's been really bad. Yeah. That's why it's all scarred up and I have really bad GERD.
When I first got on gabapentin.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how bad the nerve pain had been until it was relieved. And then gabapentin was one of the very first steps that I took, and that was that saved my ass.
Yeah.
Because I was not functioning well at all. I was miserable all the time. I couldn't sit or lay in any direction. Gravity was just so painful on every joint. But then I was reading things where people are like, gabapentin's terrifying. It kills your nerves. And I'm like, I'm not sure that I care.
Right.
Actually.
That's kind of an acceptable
kill my
outcome.
Nerves. That's fine. I don't need them. They're stupid. But yeah, no, and it's so disheartening when you come across those people who are like, yeah, my SO doesn't get it, or my parents don't get it.
Yeah.
Or my, whoever it is, my roommates don't get it, or my classmates, my coworkers. There's a lot that goes into it, and trying to be, and it's like we've talked about before, right? Where we talk about like kind of dropping hints along the way. Not like hints, but like disclosing information.
Yeah, letting them know certain parts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when it's like relevant and it makes sense to do so.
Yeah.
But I also know that can be really vulnerable too.
Oh yeah.
Like admitting that you need help, which is hard. Really hard.
It's a huge first step too.
Yeah.
Like trying to get it.
Yeah. And going like, I can't do this by myself the way I've been trying to do this.
Right.
I need some.
Well, think about
help.
it. Like the journey is so insane. You have to get up to the point where you're ready to take the change, right? Like you have to build yourself up to that, but then you have to fight for it because any diagnosis is insanely hard to achieve.
Yeah.
Like the amount of issues people are having getting like ADHD.
Yeah.
Testing.
Oh yeah. Especially as adults.
It's the cost, man.
It's so frustrating.
Ridiculous.
My
sister-in-law wants to do it, and it's like $3,000 to do her ADHD testing.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, and it shouldn't be. And then on the other hand, there are all these like weird pop-up shop things that exist. So it's almost like the weed doctors, right?
Yeah.
Like if we think back like 8 years ago or so, I don't know. I'm making up a timeline. Ignore me.
In the before times.
Where you had these like pop-up shops where these doctors were like, yeah, whatever it is you need, here we go. There's your prescription. Ta-da. Mm-hmm. So there's a ton of that floating around for people to be able to like get Adderall. But like going through it legitimately is so taxing and expensive and time consuming. And then at the end of it, like if you're like me and they go, you can't have that accommodation without giving up another accommodation, that can make it really hard.
Well, even just facing like your first like no.
Yeah.
Like the first time a doctor tells you, oh no, you're fine.
Yeah.
And you're not used to a doctor coming from a point of authority telling you something and then you being like, well, but I don't agree.
Yeah. Well, and like, how do you go about disagreeing?
Oh, me? I just find a new doctor. I go,
that's pretty much it. You're like, oh, okay, you're an idiot.
I know where you're sitting. I know what your opinion is. You're not going to fight for me.
Yeah, no.
You're not willing.
No.
So I'm going to move on.
I'm trying to phrase this right. Because I know our brains work similarly.
Yeah.
So whose permission was it that you needed to seek other doctors out? Who was it who pushed you to go, that doctor's an idiot, let's try somebody else?
It was Jen who pushed me. But I didn't need her permission.
Okay.
It was, I needed permission for myself.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
Holding myself back because, I don't know, like the doctor should know. Like, you know, you're like, in the beginning especially, like, right. Oh, he knows what he's talking about. I saw 8 doctors who told me to exercise and destroy myself.
Yep.
Which led to me having fucking 5-6 surgeries now, just because for 8 years, those 8 doctors all agreed that I was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think at like 2, I'd be like, well, no.
Yeah. No. Well, and that's kind of what I mean, like giving yourself permission to seek other care.
Right.
Because it's hard when you, like you said, like you want to walk into that situation and be like, doctors know their shit, right? Like they are doctors. We are not doctors.
Yeah.
And it's kind of this odd learning curve where you have to remember that they are human and fallible and can only store so much knowledge in their minds before they have to go look something up, because that happens. They have to.
Yeah.
Like your doctor is Googling shit. Sorry.
Especially in the ER.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite. When you're like, what do you have? What's going on? And then you tell them and then they come back. So I just read about EDS. We need to get your fucking, your, what is it? The
EKG.
Not just an EKG, but I've had my
aorta.
My aorta checked a bunch because
me too.
They don't want that to split. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to die either.
Yeah.
Well, but.
Yeah. Yes, that's sentiment. Exactly. But yeah, no, there's a lot of like, and I think it's really hard for people to recognize that you're like, so you either are like, doctors are all quacks, or the doctor said I'm fine, so clearly I'm an idiot and I'm fine.
Right. You have to get to the point where
you can sort them like
I feel this may just be me. This may be a common thing, but after finding a team, I feel like all I did was find a bunch of people who were delusional. You know, like I conned them somehow, but I didn't.
I felt that way before.
You know, like I thought,
especially for surgeries.
Yeah.
I'm like, they just want to cut me open because that's their job.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that
I
feeling.
conned them into this.
Yeah. Well, they did it just to shut us up.
Right.
Like, oh, they just
they
looked,
didn't
there was
fix
nothing
me.
there.
They opened me up, sewed me back up, and then woke me up.
We have pictures. We've seen the damage.
Right.
We've seen the repairs.
And the repairs. Yes.
Thank God for the imaging.
I know.
Because otherwise, I would still believe that. I'd be like, they just looked. They're just going in to appease me.
Yeah. Oh, I've tried to talk myself out of all of it.
Yeah.
Every time. All 3 surgeries. I was like, clearly, it's not that bad. Ooh, it was bad. It was bad enough.
Well, and your brain represses the bad times.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, no, it couldn't have been.
Right. Right.
I couldn't do this before. So what the fuck are you talking about, Chris? You couldn't raise your arm.
Right? Oh my God. I couldn't brush my hair.
Oh God. Oh yeah, that motion.
That I couldn't
could
keep my arm up.
I'd have to do that weird finding the right track to do it. It's
I
like those puzzles.
Yeah. You gotta like guide it along.
Yeah.
Secret. It's like picking a lock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Got to pick my arm lock to reach a cup.
My arm lock. I also really like there's a comment here that says, if you've been through what I've been through in the last 62 years, you might not give a damn what other people think in the end.
Fuck yes.
And I'm like, I wholeheartedly love that.
I want to be that.
Right?
Like, that's a good goal, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And then the other one says, I used to, but not anymore. My pain is off the charts most days. I don't get high from my meds. It's a matter of survival.
Same.
Which, yeah, is fucking fair. And honestly, like, in a perfect world, you wouldn't have to justify yourself to anybody.
Right.
But.
No, well, there are people that have gamed the system and ruined it for everyone.
Well, and because the media portrays it like this super dangerous, you try it once for a toothache and now you're addicted for life.
Yeah.
But we're ignoring so much fucking science that says addiction is largely genetic.
Right.
Like largely genetic, and comes from a place of like emotionality and unmet needs.
Right.
Like you don't have happy, healthy, well-balanced addicts. That's not a thing.
I just tried to imagine that. My brain could not. It's like 404 not found.
You're
cannot.
Like happy, healthy, well. That
happy and healthy were the search terms that were not found. Everything else was like, okay. Happy and healthy. What does that even look like?
No. You don't, right? Like, that's not how that works. But yes, I think I absolutely agree that there needs to be more of a distinction put between dependency and addiction. Because
definitely.
Dependency is chemical.
Well, and it doesn't help that like all of the lawsuits are getting through finally. Like all the ones for OxyContin.
Oh.
And how it was getting pushed. So like Pfizer's getting sued.
Good.
Silly.
They fucking deserve it.
But like that's huge media attention on. Oh, look, they've admitted they're wrong and they're settling and.
Well, and the whole problem is that pharmacies, like pharmaceutical companies, should not be allowed to push their own drugs.
Right.
Like just in general. Like it should be added to a menu of options. End of story. Like that's it. Not like, here's this new thing we made that's highly dangerous and addictive. You should prescribe it to everyone you see. And then we'll give you money.
Well, no, it's more like they were like, it's not addictive now. Look at all these people
like
that weren't
Tramadol?
addictive. Yeah.
When Tramadol first came out,
yeah, it's
like,
the non-addictive.
it's the non-addictive and it works just as... No, it doesn't.
Messes
No, it
me
doesn't.
up more
Fuck
than
that.
any other medication.
It's because it's all synthetic.
Yeah. I would prefer my opioids as opiates.
Yeah, if I could just, give me the poppy and then we'll go from there.
Just eating flowers.
Got to do a little chatter at the end.
This is gross. Why am I doing this? Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah, I'd eat flowers. Come on now. Come on now. You know you would too.
I can't even stomach a med some days. How are we going to talk about eating a flower?
That was the other one, is that like other people have talked about how they, like pharmaceuticals are not good for them. Like they're more like you. Whereas my body is just like, it's just a garbage disposal. It just takes whatever the fuck it is, like, this is normal now.
It's a garbage disposal.
And then your body's like, what in the
on.
Fuck is this?
Every
Get
time.
It out.
It's like that TikTok clip. Did it ever become a TikTok clip of us talking about our bodies?
The bleh.
Yeah.
Them? I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to look.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah. It's like you put it in a blem, and then I'm like,
my body digests. It's like, wait, what? What was that, sir? Tylenol? What? I don't think so. Please. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I just want to take one thing.
Yeah. Well, and then do you get those ones where with the puking you get like really shaky and sweaty and then you have to throw it all up? It's like the med processed way too quickly.
Oh, that
almost.
Could be, yeah.
Like, I don't know. And it happens sometimes. It happens most often if I've not eaten for a long time.
Right.
And like at the end of the night. And I have a couple stages to it where I can like cut it off.
That sounds exactly like when I would the Butrans and fentanyl patches where I was taking them in too quickly. It's that same like
right. Your body is just like, oh my God, too much.
Right.
It's
and
too much.
The vomiting
overload.
And yeah.
Well, and it's interesting because I have like there's a certain amount of time in which I can do something about it if I'm aware of it, if I catch it. So
can you eat?
First things, yeah. So if I eat something that's dry and like light-ish, but just enough to absorb some acid, that can help. Other times it's like cooling off major. So I have to like run my hands under cold water with a cold pack on my neck to get past like the sweating and the wanting to heave part. Because for me, it's a really big deal to puke my meds. I hate doing it, so I will go to any length to prevent it.
You say that like I do it casually. Like
no. But like,
stupid meds.
I hate vomiting. Like, I hate vomiting. Hate it.
Even when it feels good.
Yes.
Like when you get that relief
when you're
afterward.
like, I need to puke.
Like, okay, thanks.
But God damn it, I hate vomiting.
Yeah.
Like even from when I was little, it just always feels like dying. Vomiting feels like death. But yeah, no, I have like, because it's either that reaction or like drowsy and then fine.
Right.
Drowsy and then fine is great because you're like, yay, that's sleepy time. But then if you...
Why do I get that on Concerta? It's the Ritalin.
Yeah.
Why do I have to take a nap after I take my extended relief Ritalin? What?
Because that's how our brains are wired.
It's
like the caffeine comas.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is going to wake me up and get me energized, but first I have to take a nap after taking it, and then I'll wake up fine.
I have to do, if I want to take Adderall, like I have to do it after I've already been up for a little while.
Right.
Because otherwise I'll take it and then go back to sleep.
I mean.
And then that's not good.
Yeah.
It's not helpful.
It's the opposite of what's supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to take a little mini nap, and then I'm good to go. Mm-hmm. Bizarre. Like I have to reboot.
Yeah. It's just, I would love to know. I don't know. I just wish more people in the scientific field were asking why questions within the scope of EDS.
Right.
Like I want to know why we're prone to all these things. I want to know why we're prone to having movement disorders. I want to know why we're prone to having like difficulty with drugs.
Right. like having somebody go through and find the commonalities.
Yeah.
And investigate.
Why is that happening?
Yeah.
It's annoying. Like, I'm curious. Aren't you curious? God damn it.
Doesn't anybody want to know?
Somebody tell me. Well, and then the other ones I got were a lot of like, I smoke weed and use CBD. And then there was one person who was talking about psilocybin, which I'm so curious about. So if you have ever used psilocybin for like microdosing for pain or depression or whatever it
PTSD.
is, I am extremely curious and would love to hear about that.
Yeah.
So if you want to share.
That and the people, have you seen the ketamine treatments for
ketamine
PTSD?
Is scary.
Yeah, no, but like what they do is you go in and you like bring up, it's kind of like EMDR.
Yeah.
Where you bring up the trauma and then they hit you with like a small dose of ketamine and then you kind of live through it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you process it, but you also forget it.
Kind of, yeah.
Huh.
It helps with extreme PTSD.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you're essentially like narrowing the scope of how reactive it can be, I guess.
Yeah. Apparently it helps some people, so.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband needs more Coke. Coca-Cola, not cocaine.
It's like he needs cocaine?
No cocaine. Sorry, my bad. I'm done now. Yeah, no, it's just, I want to know the whys. I want to know why. Because even when I was first getting diagnosed, I was on the phone with the genetics department and they were like, any questions for us after we'd done like the interview part? And I was like, is it a thing in EDS to process medication weird? And she goes, well, not officially, but yes, it is highly, like, it's recognized within all of this.
It would be
like,
so
it's a common theme and
so
thread.
nice to work with a research group.
Right.
Like, find somebody. I know that they have that. There's a hospital in Boston, I think.
Yeah.
There's one in, what's a foreign?
Arizona,
yeah. The one in Tulsa or near Tulsa or somewhere. It's not far from where my mom lives, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Germany or Belgium.
I will let you put all the needles in me. I don't give a shit.
Come experiment.
Come study me. I'm so fascinating. See?
We have an interesting log of all of our symptoms that we've been keeping, like through
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Draw the blood. Find out the reasons.
Right.
Stretch the bones. I don't care.
Stretch the bones.
Do what you got to do.
Break the bones.
No, they don't break. We're too stretchy.
Yeah. That was an interesting take too. Like, to have to like think about that and go, hey, EDS was good for something? What the fuck? I lived through a car accident that I probably shouldn't have lived through.
Yeah, there are a couple things in my life where I'm like, probably survived that stupidity because of EDS.
Yeah, right? Like falling off of things, jumping off of things, getting hit by things repeatedly. It's like just stuff.
Yeah.
Like your teen years.
Yeah.
That you're like, how did I live?
No shit.
How many ribs did I think I broke? Probably didn't break, just dislocated.
Right. I thought there was another subject we had, but I forgot what it was.
And we're talking mainly around masking, just as a whole.
Well, it is Halloween. So.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, I remember.
the assignment.
You understood the assignment? Mm-hmm. Then what is it? Because I remembered something. I don't know if you remembered something.
What did you remember? What is that?
It's our 6-month anniversary for reals this time. We've been doing this for 6 months.
Which is crazy. And we are currently, right now, I think, 3 subscribers away from our 100.
Yeah.
Which is kind of amazing.
Kind of. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah. Well, and we just expanded onto other platforms.
Yeah, we're on Amazon.
Yeah. Well, and I know some of you have asked, like, what's the most helpful thing to do for us? And really just interact with the stuff that you are already seeing.
Right.
Like, we don't need you to do anything special. This is for you. Like, you don't.
Yeah, no, I think, like, the best is commenting on videos, or if you listen to it, let us know, I guess, in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Because
like, where you're finding us.
Analytics, but they're not very precise. I feel like a lot of, because we're so scattered across so many mediums that it's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, don't worry so much about, like, helping us grow. We will grow as we grow.
Yeah.
And we're not.
That's how we've approached
too worried about it. Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. Like, I want to keep this super sane and down to earth. Like,
no joke.
I don't want to be obsessing over, like, view counts and things.
You don't want like a giant studio and like 50 employees to talk about EDS.
50 employees. I don't know what they would all be doing.
My job. I'm
really impressed if it takes 50 other humans to do what you're doing alone. That's amazing.
If we hire EDSers only, probably. It'd be like, you get to do this one thing, and you get to do this one thing.
That's what we should do. We should work on making, like, a job share system.
Yeah.
So that people with EDS can do, like, part-time places and pick up half shifts and things.
Yeah, I see.
That would be really helpful, I think. But yeah.
We made it.
So yeah. I don't know. I hope we have given you something to consider or think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
We're done. That's it.
So. I think we are, actually. I think we're it's probably time, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good deal. Thanks for coming along. We appreciate you guys.
Always.
Yes.
Very much.
Yes. Join us on Discord if you haven't already. It's a great community. Lots of fun. Just really supportive, wonderful people who, you know, are suffering similarly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just have to be EDS, by the way, just so you know, because we have a lot of shared experiences.
Oh, yeah. We cross over to everything. I've had my friends who have just normal, like, imposter syndrome with their jobs talk about how relatable it is. So
yeah.
We're not elitist like that.
No. We're just here to make things a little more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, is the ultimate goal.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Do something nice for yourself this week.
Today is a bones day.
Is a bones day.
Yeah, you gotta treat yourself. So
it's a bones day.
I hope it's a bones day when this comes out.
That would be great.
Because otherwise it's gonna be really conflicting.
It's gonna be Meow Wolf next week.
Meow Wolf. Well, we'll be recording on Saturday, hopefully, and then we can record Meow Wolf footage.
So in a weird order, I know. We're just still talking. Oh God. Shut up. All right. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.